Hello, welcome and namaste everybody in this our family reunion of holistic human health session of UHB module as UHB 1 module 2. We gather here every Friday for the follow-up meeting. I'd like to welcome our source person and co-explorer, Dr. Sundaraj Bhaiya. Ji Sundaraj Bhaiya, namaste. Welcome.
Namaste, namaste.
Ji Bhaiya. So what we are going to discuss today?
Yeah. Just a moment. Just a moment. Huh. So today we will take up one important, very important topic. I will start sharing my screen. So before starting, if anyone is having any questions, I would like to answer those questions. Otherwise, we'll go into the topic directly. Am I audible?
Yes, Bhaiya. Very much audible.
Okay.
Ji.
So let us start the session. If you look at this syllabus we prepared for holistic human health course, this is divided into two parts. One is understanding the health principles, understanding human being, understanding the mechanics of staying healthy and being in a state of well-being. This understanding part is the yellow part, and the blue part is the application part. Once we understand the principles, how can we apply them in our own life so that we will be healthy always without needing any special medical care, so that our health will always be in our hands. The understanding part, very basic fundamental thing which most of the people forget, that they are not just their own body. We should stop identifying ourselves with our own body. Our body is just a tool, and body is always trying to send signals to self about its well-being, about any disturbance happening inside the body. Body always tries to communicate with self. It is the responsibility of the self to understand and interpret those signals properly. Self is the one who can take the right decision so that the body will always stay healthy. Self is the one which can implement the knowledge of health by creating a good healthy routine, daily routine, so that the body will always stay healthy. It's very important for us to understand the art of communicating with our own body. So entire essence of this understanding part is to enable us communicate with our own body. And this is an art. Unfortunately, no one is teaching us how to communicate with our own body, how to understand the signals body is always trying to senders, how to interpret them, and once we understand the signals, how to take action in such a way that always body stays in a healthy state, and whenever there is an inevitable state of some disturbance, how soon we can come out of that state by applying these health principles. So it's very important for us to understand this art of communicating with our own body. So the second point, indicators of health. In the understanding part, indicators of health is actually the way we see our body, the way we see ourselves, and how we interpret the state of our body and self to know whether we are staying in a state of well-being. What is health? Health is, previous definition was you know, a state where there is no disease or infirmity is health. But the current definition by World Health Organization says that health is a state of physical, mental, and social well-being, not just the absence of disease or infirmity. So, how do we know that we are in a state of well-being physically, mentally, and socially? What are the indicators of health? This we need to understand. And once we understand these indicators of health, we will be able to check whether we are really healthy or not. We will be able to correct anything which is not in balance. So, how do we know whether our body is in a state of health or not, whether our mind is in a state of health or not? So, there are some indicators of health. Today, we will discuss about indicators of health because this will enable us to start communicating with our own body, looking at our own body with awareness, looking at our own self with awareness, looking at our own relationship with complete awareness, and thus that will enable us to stay healthy. That will give us the right path, that will give us the idea of our present condition and what can we do to improve that condition. So how do we know whether our self is healthy or not? So that we will know if we are always feeling happiness and prosperity inside. This continuity of happiness and prosperity itself is an indication that we are healthy. So, of course, sometimes ups and downs happen. Ups and downs happen, but we need to see that the graph is going like this. It should go like this. Even there are ups and downs, it should always be an upward curve. Sometimes our mental state will be a bit low. Sometimes we feel high. But we need to reach a stage where we will not go below a certain level as far as happiness and prosperity is concerned. So, are we always happy? The feeling of prosperity is always there in my mind, or sometimes I'm feeling deprived when I look at others or when I look at myself, deprived of physical things or deprived of mental strength, or that kind of deprivation is not there. Always I'm feeling happy and prosperous inside. Always I am having that self regulation on myself. Whatever I want to do, I'm able to do it. If I want to sleep early, I'm able to sleep early. If I want to get up early, I'm able to get up early. If I want to do physical activity, I'm doing it. If I want to avoid certain kinds of foods, I'm easily able to avoid certain kinds of foods. If I want to avoid certain kinds of behaviors, I'm easily able to avoid certain kinds of behaviors. So all these things come under self-regulation. Whatever I want to do, I will be able to do it. That is self-regulation. And living in a state of coexistence. Coexistence between body and self is very important. Coexistence between me and my family members, Me and my relatives, me and my friends, me and my colleagues, my subordinates, my superiors, everyone. Coexistence with this entire world and coexistence with entire existence. Understanding that I'm a unit in this entire universe and living with that kind of happiness and prosperity and love inwards. It should be so much of happiness and prosperity and love that it you know, automatically it is appearing on your face. Anyone who looks at you will sense that you are happy, you are prosperous, you are lovable, loving. That kind of state of self tells us that I am healthy. And how do we know whether our body is healthy or not? Shushruta says, Samadosha samagnischa samadhatu malakriyah asannatmendriya manaha swastha ityabadiyate. Samadosha samagnischa. So in our body, there are so many physiological activities happening: digestion, excretion, respiration, circulation. So many things are happening inside our body. Very complex chemical reactions are happening. Very complex communications, electrical impulse sharing, and everything is happening without our own involvement. All these things are happening. So if each and every activity is happening, each and every cell, every tissue, every every organ system, each and every part of body is functioning in a right way. All our parts, including the sense organs, everything is functioning in a right way. So whether it is digestion or excretion or sleep or whatever it is, everything is happening in the right way. Apart from that, Sushruta also says, Prasanna Atma Indriya Mana. Indriyas are five sense organs, Manaha mind, Atma is soul. All are in a Prasanna Sthiti, state of well being. Then we are healthy. So let us find out how our body will help us understand whether we are healthy or not. So, how do we do that? We need to observe our own body. We need to pay attention to what body is trying to tell us. We need to be aware of what's happening inside our own body. When we observe a breath pattern, that itself tells us whether we are healthy or not. If the breath pattern is shallow, if your breath pattern is irrhythmic, irregular, full of sounds, and mostly through the mouth, so it indicates some kind of disturbance, some kind of imbalance inside your body and mind. Observing a hunger, whether it is happening in the right time, regularly, without any disturbance, that indicates health. Thirst, there are so many things, body, hunger and thirst are things which are easily um, detectable. Like, you'll easily understand, regularly I'm feeling hunger, I'm feeling thirst. But there are so many things, we'll go into the details of those things. Strength or weakness, when you look at yourself, are you feeling strong physically and mentally also? If someone gives you a physical activity which involves a lot of physical work like walking or picking up things or standing for a long duration or climbing stairs or some physical activity, are you able to do it without any disturbance, or you're feeling weakness inside? That we need to observe. Observe your joints, observe your muscles. Are they flexible or rigid? Are you able to withstand strain? Are you able to withstand change in temperature, change in weather? And when you observe yourself, are you feeling enthusiastic or feeling lethargic inside yourself? How are you reacting to stress? Are you facing various challenges life is throwing at you? Are you feeling prosperity inside you or feeling deprived? Are you feeling trust when you interact with others or feeling fear when you interact with others? Are you feeling the feeling of superiority or inferiority when you are interacting with others? Or you are feeling that you are equal? Every living being is equal. What is your observation of your own self? So when we go into the details, like the, these things are simple indicators of health. You know, proper digestion of food. Normally, when you eat food, after eating sometime, have a small walk for 100 steps or sit in Vajrasan for 2 minutes. And after some time, if you are feeling light and energized, then proper digestion is happening inside your body. But after eating food, if you are feeling very heavy and lethargic, dull, so proper digestion is not happening. So this is an indication. Body is trying to tell you that after eating food, I'm not feeling energized. Then some problem is there in your digestive system, which needs correction. And every time you fix your lunch time, dinner time, breakfast time, and it's a regular routine for many years. But still, if you don't feel hungry at those regular intervals, in spite of getting accustomed to those times, then there is a problem. Sometimes you are feeling a lot of hunger, and some other times you are not at all feeling hunger at all, or consistently the hunger is low, consistently hunger is too much. There are so many conditions where you can see that the hunger itself will indicate whether you are healthy or not. Similarly, falling asleep easily after going to bed at night. So you decide a time to sleep, preferably during the time when the hormone melatonin gets produced before 10. You switch off lights and you go to bed. And within few minutes, within 1 or 2 minutes, you go into a deep state of sleep. That indicates health. On the contrary, if you go to bed and you don't feel like sleeping, you need to do something to sleep, watch something on mobile or read something, or you have to wait for that sleep to come and wait and wait and wait, and suddenly at some point of time you sleep. After a lot of struggle, you are sleeping. So that itself indicates that you are not healthy. And then in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, Yuktahara viharasya, Yukta chestasya karmasu, Yukta swapnava bodhasya yogo bhavati dukkha. Yukta ahara vihara, good food, good lifestyle, good activities, Yukta chestasya karmasu. Yukta swapnava bodhasya, good sleep and good waking up, jumping out of a bed, feeling awake and energized each morning. The moment you listen to an alarm or the moment you wake up from your sleep, if you are able to jump out of your bed, then you are healthy. But even after someone waking you up, or after you listen to the alarm bell, after you put it on snooze, or after you stop it, still you don't feel like getting up from your bed. You feel like you are weak, you're dull, you feel like, array, it's already morning, I want to sleep a little more. That feeling is not a good feeling. You are not able to instantly wake up from your bed feeling a lot of energy. If you are not able to do that, then there is some disturbance inside your body which needs to be addressed. Normal functioning of five sense organs. So our senses should not or only minimally deteriorate over a lifespan. Over a period of time, if your eyes are not working properly, ears are not working properly, maybe after 50 years, 60 years, that's okay. But nowadays, you see kids having spectacles, youngsters having hearing aids or undergoing surgeries in the eyes and ears. So definitely this is not something which is normal. If your sense organs are not working properly, then also it is an indication that your health is not good. Not just about the sense organs, it indicates something else deep within which is not functioning properly. If your sense of smell is not working properly, if your sense of taste is not working properly, if your sense of touch is not working properly, everything indicates some disturbance inside your body. And then elimination of waste. So daily bowel movement early in the morning is the best way to eliminate waste from your intestines. And that happens if you get up before the sunrise. That is the time when your bowels will be active and mobile. Motility in the intestines will be maximum before the sunrise. So that's the best time to empty your bowels. But if many people say that I have a bowel movement anytime in my day, sometimes once in 2 days, which is not a good indication. So regular bowel movements, preferably in the morning, is the best indication that your health is good. And if that's not happening, some disturbance is there. Similarly, comfortable elimination of sweat, urine, and of course, menstrual blood for women. All these things indicate health. Some people have a lot of bad odor in their sweat or urine, which itself is an indication that something is wrong. A lot of toxins are getting accumulated inside the body, which is making this waste come out of our body with a lot of smell. And of course, we really don't pay attention to it. In fact, we get sometimes, when people are able to see that there is bad odor coming out of our body, we feel bad that someone else is looking at us and understanding that we are not smelling good. So we try to suppress this smelly odor coming out of the body with some deodorants, which will some kind of chemicals which will close your sweat pores. Previously, people used to apply some nice scent on their clothes. Now people are opening their shirt and spraying this deodorant all over their skin, which is sealing the sweat pores and not allowing the sweat to come out of your body. It's a recipe for disaster, disease. If you are not allowing your body to remove these excess toxins from the body, then you are definitely allowing your body to degenerate and create so many diseases. If the sweat is smelly, strong bad odor is coming out of sweat or urine, then you should understand that lots and lots of toxins are there inside your body, and your body needs cleansing, detoxification in different forms. Whichever is comfortable to you, you need to go for the detoxification instead of stopping the sweat to come out of your body. It's highly harmful. And of course, healthy ratio of muscle, bone, and fat tissues, not overweight or not emaciated. Generally, each of us come with certain body type. Vata people, they are generally very slim, lean in nature. Pitta people are moderate in their build, good physique. And Kapha people are on the chubbier side. That is their own constitution. So if we understand that this is my body type, and I am like this since my birth, that is okay. But suddenly, if you lose a lot of weight, or suddenly if you gain a lot of weight, suddenly if your muscles or bone or fat tissues, the ratio is disturbed, then it is an indication that you are not healthy. indication that you need to do something regarding your body's health. If your strength, natural strength, and your immunity is maintained, even if someone else is having some fever or cold or cough, you are not immediately catching it, then your health is good, your immunity is strong. But if someone sneezes and immediately you catch it, someone is having fever, immediately you catch that fever, immediately you get infected with some infectious diseases, then your natural strength, natural immunity is weak, which means your body is not healthy. And your natural color of skin, which is there from your birth, is being maintained, then you are healthy. Suddenly, some people have this hyperpigmentation. Suddenly, they become dark, or suddenly they become pale, or some dark patches or white patches appear on your skin. These are all indications of some imbalance inside your body. Suddenly, skin becomes hot or cold. Suddenly, skin becomes rough or dry or over smooth or oily. Sudden changes like these indicate some disturbance in our health. We need to be very very much aware of what's happening in our body, each and every part of our body. Our strength to withstand physical activity, whenever we do some physical activity, if immediately you're losing your breath, you're feeling weak, you feel like taking a lot of rest, that is not health. Your body should be able to withstand physical activity, able to withstand hot and cold atmosphere. Some people say that suddenly from the AC I go to hot sun, immediately my body becomes irritated, some allergic reaction happens. Suddenly I go into a place where there is a lot of dust, immediately some irritation happens inside the body. I eat certain kind of food, immediately body reacts, puts out allergic reactions to that food. Suddenly the season changes from summer to rainy season or into winter season. Suddenly the season changes. Immediately I get so many diseases, seasonal diseases. I am the first one to catch these diseases. Then I am not healthy. So all these things are about the body. What about the self? Are we able to focus and concentrate on one particular activity while we are doing something? We are thinking about something else, or a mind is jumping from this place to that place to that place like this. That is not an indication of health. If you are focusing on something, if you have that razor sharp focus, undivided attention towards the task at hand, concentration is so strong that you are able to complete this whole thing in a very less span of time. That is health. That is mental health. But while you are doing one thing, you are thinking about something else. You are unable to focus on anything. Your attention span is decreasing. Nowadays, you see, most of the kids, what they watch in the phone, shorts, which are less than 1 minute duration. If you ask them to watch a video which is longer, some 10 minutes or 15 minutes video, they say no. But the shorts they'll watch for hours together. Each video will be less than 1 minute. And constantly they need change. They don't want to focus on one particular thing. That kind of loss of attention span is bad. It is a bad indication. And when you feel peace and contentment in yourself, that is a good state of good indication of health. You're not at peace. You're always disturbed, full of stress, anger, irritation, fear, then it is a clear indication of ill health. If your relationship with your family members, with your friends, with your colleagues, with your relatives is very good, cordial, everyone considers you as a loving person, caring person, and everyone feels comfortable in your company, you feel comfortable in their company, then you are really lucky because you are really healthy socially. You are in a state of well-being socially, social well-being, which is also very important according to the definition of World Health Organization. These are certain indicators of health. So it's very important for us to interact with our own body, interact with our own self, observe what's happening in our body and what's happening in ourselves. So we are the observer of things. We need not resist any thoughts. Let them come. Watch them patiently until they die on their own. But observe the pattern. Observe what's happening inside our body. Observe what's happening inside ourselves. This is very important. So when you get up from your sleep early morning, just relax for some time. Sit in your sukhasana, folded legs, and sit on your bed. Interact with your own body as an observer, neutral observer. See whether the food taken in the previous night got digested. Then you'll feel light, or still you're feeling heavy in your stomach. Even after getting up from the sleep, you feel heaviness. Then your digestive system is not right. You feel that this sleep has given you enough energy. You feel energetic, then you had proper sleep. If you feel dull or lethargic, then the sleep is not able to rejuvenate you, revitalize you. You feel lightness in the body, not heaviness, then you're healthy. You see that the normal breath pattern is being maintained. At least after a good night's sleep, if your breath pattern is not relaxed, then it's a clear-cut indication of some difficult disease growing up in your body. So you need to interact with your body, interact with your own self, and observe what's happening. You can ask so many questions. Simple thoughts. How is the status of my body? How are my body parts functioning? Each and every part. Just focus on each and every joint, each and every part, whatever you can feel. If you are able to feel your heart's beat, which is beating very fast or beating very feeble, then there is some problem. You will not be able to feel your heart if your heart is functioning properly. Only when it is having some trouble, then you will feel, "Arey, my heart is beating fast." Only when there is some problem in your lungs, then only you will understand, yes, these lungs are not functioning properly. There's some wheezing sounds are coming, or my breath is not that relaxed. I'm straining to breathe. If these things are visible, then it is a big concern. It's a warning signal that body is telling you to take care of your body parts. And of course, morning is the best time to plan. What should I do? What can I do better? What better things can I do today? What is the most important thing I have to do today? What new habit I can inculcate today to make myself better? All these things, this manthan, chintan should happen early in the morning. That is the time you will be able to connect with yourself, and this communication with your body will be in an excellent state. Body will reveal all its secrets in ecstasy. It will roll before you and open everything. It will tell you everything. All you have to do is observe. When you're able to become aware of yourself, start interaction about every important aspect of your body and self. So continuous contemplated conscious practice of this interaction prepares us to become self-aware on all aspects of health and related aspects. So these things, early in the morning, if you start interacting with your body, and body starts giving you all the important knowledge about how to keep your body strong. You know, body will give you the signals. You need to interpret with them with your own knowledge. So that is the foundation for health. So we have prepared this nice health assessment questionnaire. A very simple questionnaire where you have to just give yes or no answers. Yes or no. So just by answering these questions, you will be able to understand whether you are healthy or not. Simple questions. I feel good appetite at regular intervals of time every day. Yes or no. I appreciate and relish the taste of each and every ingredient in my food. So normally when you eat food, are you able to really sense what all ingredients went into it? Which ingredient is dominating? What kind of taste you are feeling? How your taste buds are responding to this food? When you have full focus on your food, you will be able to relish and appreciate different food items which came together to make that dish, and you will be able to observe and enjoy the taste of each and every individual ingredient when you are completely aware of what you are having. And after having food, I do not feel bloating, belching, persistent fullness of abdomen, and pain after having food. All these things are not there. Yes, no. I have a regular bowel movement 1 to 2 times daily, particularly in the morning time. Yes or no. My urination is normal and regular. It's not like very less urine output, or some people will have a lot of frequent urination. Both are not healthy. I have normal sweating. Sweating is happening, but it is some people with pitta prakriti might have a strong odor, but not bad odor. Bad odor is something which is indicating that some toxins are getting accumulated inside our own body. So I don't have that bad odor when I sweat. Yes, no. My normal skin texture and color is always maintained. No black shades around eyes, armpits, waist. No excess moistness, oiliness, or dryness. Uneven, untimely wrinkling or puffy skin. All these things are not there. Then S. Some problem is there. No. My musculature is proportionate. It's not like some places my muscles are too heavy and some places muscles are too thin and wasting. That is not proportionate. Or one side it is normal, another side is too big or too small. That is not proportionate. Distribution of fat is proportionate. Always the waistline should be less than the hip line. Hips should be broader than the waist. Okay. So sometimes some places, particularly when there is accumulation of fat, first accumulation happens at the waist part. So that is not happening. Then I'm healthy. My senses, functioning of eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin, all are optimal. And I am not easily affected by cold, fever, or loose motions. And I'm able to withstand strong odor, dust, pollen, anything, any disturbance is happening, I'm not getting affected. Anyone is having some disease, I am not catching it. I do not look or feel older than my biological age. Nowadays, many malls, shopping malls, and other places, they are displaying this some kind of instrument where you hold it and stand, and it will give a report which will say that your biological age is what you know, but now the physical age which is seen right now is much more than your biological. If you are 40 years old and your present physical age is shown as 50 years or 60 years, your aging process is happening fast. So then it is an indication of ill health. I have a normal healthy sleep immediately after lying down. and I feel fresh after waking up. Yes or no? My sleep is not disturbed by bad dreams. I can withstand routine physical activities without any difficulty. I'm able to tolerate cold and hot atmosphere, sudden changes in the temperature, changes in the atmosphere without any trouble. I can manage various positive and negative situations of life in a balanced way. I always feel happy with a sense of well being. I have a positive attitude towards life. I can focus and concentrate on every task I perform. I'm able to take proper decisions in proper time. I can face challenges of life in a positive way. I'm having healthy relationship in my family. I'm having healthy relationship with friends, relatives, colleagues, and others in my life. So you answer all these things, yes, no, like that. And then if you count the number of S in this score, so we call this health assessment questionnaire. Once you answer this questionnaire, you get a score of the number of S you have ticked, marked. If it is less than 10, then you are definitely unhealthy. 11 to 15 is slightly healthy. 16 to 20 is moderately healthy. 21 to 25 is completely healthy. So we all can assess our own health. It's a very simple self health assessment. It covers all the aspects of WHO. This thing: physical health, mental health, and social health. We all can take this test and determine whether we are moderately healthy or completely healthy or slightly ill health is there. So till now, I spoke about the indicators which will tell that the body is healthy or not. There are also indicators of ill health, or you know some some things which will tell you that you are not healthy. Some disease, bigger disease is going to happen, and before that, small changes will happen in your body, and body will try to tell you in the form of so many symptoms. But generally, we don't pay attention to those small symptoms, small signals from the body, and suddenly one fine day you will have a big health problem. What if we can observe these small signals in the initial stages itself? So there are certain indications body tries to tell us in various different ways. Whenever there is a disturbance happening inside, body sends signals about impending disease much before the manifestation of the disease. If we observe these signals carefully, we can alter our food and lifestyle to correct the disturbances and prevent any disease from manifesting. How can we do that? So early indicators of some diseases I have written here. Fever is going to come maybe after 5 days of the 1 week. But today you will feel lazy, excess lacrimation, tears from your eyes, yawning, heaviness, mental fatigue, uncertainty about liking and disliking for fire, sun, wind, water. Like you don't like certain things, suddenly developing dislike or like towards certain things. Suddenly there is indigestion, anorexia, depletion in your strength, depletion in your complexion, slight change in the conduct. These are all premonitory signs and symptoms of fever. And after you feel certain symptoms like this, then you will get fever. But if you observe them and immediately do some fasting, take some hot water, use some simple spices like dhania, ginger, ela, etc., to correct the indigestion, anorexia, or correct the agni, disturbed digestive fire, then you will be able to prevent that fever. Indications of premonitory symptoms of skin diseases. You don't have skin disease today. Future you might get skin disease, but now you will feel there is a numb patch on your skin. where you can't feel your regular sensation. Excessive perspiration or absence of perspiration, discoloration or elevation of the patches in the skin, some itching, continuous pricking pain, excessive pain in the ulcerated parts, instantaneous appearance and continued persistence of these ulcers in some parts of your body or inside your mucous membrane, burning sensation in the skin. All these things might indicate future diseases, skin diseases, complicated skin diseases. Premonitory symptoms for edema, inflammation. Before this inflammation happens, you might feel increased temperature in that particular part, burning sensation, dilatation of vessels in the local area. You'll be able to see those veins clearly demarcated. Indications for piles or hemorrhoids in premonitory symptoms. Indigestion, weakness, gurgling sound in the lower abdomen, emaciation, frequent erections, weakness in the thighs, straining and avoiding less quantity of stool, anemia, all are premonitory signs and symptoms in the development of piles. Problems in lungs, constipation with flatulence is there. Tomorrow you might get some lung trouble. Pains in the sides of the chest region, pain in the cardiac region, decline of respiratory functions, altered breath pattern. All these things will indicate that some lung disease is going to happen. Some upper respiratory tract infections will be preceded by feelings of congestion in the throat, itching sensation in the throat, obstruction to the movement of food in the throat, or difficulty in swallowing. All these things will indicate that tomorrow I might get severe cold, cough. Before having vomiting, you might feel nausea with uneasy feeling in the cardiac region, excessive salivation, aversion for food. There are so many other premonitory symptoms for bigger diseases like heart diseases, diabetes, stroke, kidney failure, so many other bigger challenges which now we face. We need to understand how the body will react, how the body will try to tell us much before the manifestation of life threatening diseases like heart disease, cardiovascular diseases, and renal diseases, all those things. Any deviation from normal functioning of human body is an early indicator of a future disease. To prevent the manifestations, we need to do dietary corrections, change in lifestyle, and of course, some home remedies are also useful when the symptoms are very small and simple. And even after trying diet correction, change in lifestyle, home remedies, still the symptoms are not subsiding, then we should know when to consult a doctor. So, when to consult a doctor is again important um, aspect which we need to understand. This is a completely new session which we need to do to tell you how to know in each condition when to consult a doctor. Before that, we should also understand how our diet and lifestyle can make or break us. So, good diet, good lifestyle, sleeping in time, waking up in time, eating in time, doing some physical activity regularly, exposing your body to sunlight, practicing some breathing exercises like pranayam, of course, meditation, eating good food, avoiding unhealthy food, being peaceful, having a relaxed mind, loving family, and good relationships with everyone around us. All these things will bring us back to harmony. Of course, there are some home remedies for various simple troubles which we might face during our daily course of life. I would like to take this particular session maybe next week or sometime some other session. But home remedies is a very important and interesting topic. And our grandmothers, they all know about wonderful, simple, healthy, homemade, spicy recipes which will correct simple problems like indigestion, abdominal pain, loss of appetite, flatulence, diarrhea, dysentery, hyperacidity, vomiting, constipation, hiccups, bleeding gums, toothache, bad breath, sunstroke, dehydration, fever, cold, cough, sinusitis, nasal block, aches and pains, headache, ear pain, acne, black pigmentation, skin allergy, dandruff, hair fall, graying of hair, wounds and ulcers and burns, menstrual pain, hoarseness of voice, intestinal worms, stress, loss of memory, joint pains, obesity, body ache. So all these things in initial stages, we will be able to solve them just with simple spices in our kitchen, simple herbs growing in our backyard, in our balcony. They will help us stay healthy and avoid visits to doctor if there is some simple indication of some future disease. So I will take this home remedies part and also when to visit a doctor part. These are the two important things maybe next week. Now I'll open the session for questions. If you have any questions, I would like to answer them. As far as
Good evening, Bhaiya.
yes, Rubiji.
Very nice session. Mane highly commendable. Highly commendable.
Thank you.
Sir, I have a question for skin. Can you please show the skin slide?
Yes. The home remedies thing?
No. Rare one. When we were doing about.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Here I would like to ask a question that what about that lichen planus? What is that? Lichen planus.
So lichen planus is an autoimmune disease where our own immunity is attacking our own body. Okay. So lichen planus is something we can say when our immune system attacks our own body, it attacks cells of our own body. There is inflammation in the skin. So not only the skin, some mucous membranes also get affected. So it's like it is happening because our immune system is attacking our own body. It's an autoimmune disease. Okay. It happens when the immune cells get confused between bacteria, viruses, and our own cells, and they attack.
What is the remedy for that?
Simple remedy is immunomodulation. Normally, people give immunosuppressant drugs for it, steroids, which will suppress the immune response of the body, so that the body will not be attacked by our own immune system. But that is not the right approach, because when you suppress your immunity, you are open to infections. So instead of suppressing the immunity, we need to modify the immunity. Immune cells are thinking cells.
Yes.
They can differentiate between bacteria, viruses, and our own body cells. So somehow they got disturbed and they got confused and they are attacking our own body. We need to bring them in a state of balance where they will easily identify that they are attacking the wrong cells. So there are wonderful immunomodulatory drugs in Ayurveda.
Yes.
Like ashwagandha, guduchi is giloy, shatavari, yestimadhu, Shadguna Sindhuram, Swarna Basmam, all are immunomodulatory drugs. And along with these things, the best way to modify your immunity is to practice pranayama and meditation. Practicing pranayama and meditation will bring the balance back into the body, correct the immune cells which are misguided, confused, and make them protect our body again instead of attacking our own body. Of course, regular physical activity and good lifestyle, good food also will help. But when the problem is like it's not in a simple state and you need to take some medical help, it is always better to take immunomodulatory drugs instead of immunosuppressive steroids.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mia, for giving me a very nice answer. It was a long time pending question.
Yes.
In my mind, it's a good opportunity for me. Thank you so much. God bless. Thank you, Mia.
Thank you.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Hello.
Uh, Thank you so much, Bhaiya. It is always very nice to listen you, and always I feel very good after listening your sessions. And every time we are getting lots of information, and that is useful for us. One thing I like to ask you that sleep is very important.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. But nowadays, due to some our working hours, we are not able to get the proper sleep. Then how we can manage that? And due to that we are getting other problems.
Yeah. See, in Ayurveda, sleep is considered as the foundation of health. Without
Yes,
food, you will be able to survive for 40 days, 50 days also without eating food. But you will not be able to survive beyond 10 days, 11 days. No human being can live without sleep for 10 days or 11 days. So such an important aspect of our this thing. That is the reason why Ayurveda says Nidra is the upastambha for swasthata. Health, for health, Nidra is like a foundation, stambha, pillar. So like once you know the importance of sleep and sleep in the right time, because you know when you sleep late in the night, when the activity of the melatonin hormone is already over and your body is not getting sufficient amount of melatonin, and no proper regeneration, no proper rejuvenation is happening because you sleep late, that is also bad. It's not just the duration of the sleep, even the time of sleeping is also very important. Timing it correctly, because everything has a rhythm in our this thing. So this rhythmatic secretion of melatonin every day night, this time now is the right time for secretion of melatonin. So by 9:30 if you can switch off your lights and sleep by 10, that is the best way to stimulate and wonderful reactions inside the body, which will rejuvenate each and every cell of the body. You will not do anything, you will just relax, sleep, but body will do a lot of work for you. But because of work, your sleep duration is getting reduced, then you need to think twice about the work. Is it really that important, more important than my own health? Is it really justifiable to take up work during night time? you know um, 9 to 5 is the best time to work instead of working. I always advise my patients who are having night shifts. I tell them, even if you get less salary, go for morning duty, 9 to 5 duty. It's okay. If you have to learn a new course for it, learn it. If you have to do some sacrifice, do sacrifice, but see that you don't do a lot of night work. So we need to really understand the importance, then we will spare, easily allocate a right time, not just the duration, right time. I know sadhus and yogis who sleep only 1 or 2 hours a day and still they are healthy. That is because they have, they take their body to a deeper state of relaxation while they are awake only, with the power of meditation and all. Right now we are not in that stage, so giving adequate amount of sleep, adequate rest to the body is very very important.
Yes, Bhaiya. This is quite correct. And one more thing, sometimes I feel I don't want dinner, but I want to get the sleep only, like that, because so tired, and my eyes starts closing only
Yes.
before
Yes.
going to bed also.
Yes.
Such situations are happening. So sometimes I feel I don't have dinner, I want to sleep.
Yes.
Is my as you are saying that your body is giving the instructions or in symptoms. So like that I'm getting and I'm observing number of symptoms. My body is telling this is now time like that.
Yes.
So thank you so much.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, sir, I have a question regarding the services that the people are like in driving section and the doctors who do night duties and all. What about their health, sir? How do they manage?
Always there are some exceptions.
Yeah.
So these are like, as you have told, services, whether they are police or army or doctors, it is more like a sacrifice. They
Right.
are sacrificing their own health for well-being of others, and
Right.
that is a small number. But they have to take some extra precautions. They need to adjust their own inner circuit and rhythm to their
Yeah.
own working style, and take some extra precautions, take some help of some herbs, and take some help of meditation and pranayam, so that they will also stay healthy while they are serving others.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, doctor.
It's 8:33. I think we can stop now. Parikshit Bhaiya.
Thank you. Thank you, Sundaraj Bhaiya. So really a very good interactive and informative session. And we hope to hear you more and more. And we like to explore in ourselves about all these health tips we have together today. And it's really necessary how not to fall ill rather than what we do after falling ill. Nice. So thank you, Sundaraj Bhaiya, and we'll meet again for more and more exploration. Thank you, everybody. Namaste.
So, Parikshit Bhaiya, is that the evaluation slip will be available for all those tips? Simple evaluation for every individuals.
Yes,
Ah,
we will share.
we can send it, Parikshit Bhaiya. We can. I
We
think
will share in
this
the
was
different WhatsApp group.
this was already, this is there in our website also. I think this questionnaire,
Okay.
health
Okay.
assessment questionnaire.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Good night.
Namaste.
Namaste. Namaste. Bhai.